Hello there, and thank you for taking the time to watch this social emotional learning lesson about mindset and the power of yet. So, today we'll talk about the power of believing that you can do new things, even if they might seem hard, at least at first. So, for a check in question, think about a time when you did something new, something hard, or figured out a problem. What did you do to get through the situation? So, you can share that with somebody at home. You can think about it to yourself, or you can say it out loud. So, what did you do to get through a hard situation? Remember last week we set goals. These are things we want to accomplish, but we know that goals take hard work and continued effort. So, to help us reach our goals, we're going to learn a concept that can help us continue to push toward our goals, overcome any challenges, and then grow from setbacks or mistakes. Because just because we have a mistake doesn't mean that we give up and can't try. We just pick it up and keep moving forward. Okay. So today we'll talk about the power of yet, which tells us that through perseverance, like when we keep trying, we can learn and grow and then reach our goals. So, the social emotional learning concept that goes with today's lesson is called mindset. And mindset is it talks all about the growth mindset. It's the power of yet, it's growing from our mistakes, it's continuing to move forward. And this is important for all of us to learn, not only when we're in elementary school, but when we're in middle school and when we're in high school and then college or careers and as an adult, because we are constantly learning new things. We never stop learning. And so that's important to remember. We are always learning. And so this is really important to help us throughout our lives. So some key words for today are perseverance, yet, and growth mindset. So perseverance is the ability and self-control that pushes you to work through challenges or hard things. Yet means at this time. So yet is at this time. And then growth mindset means that you can grow and learn new things. Okay? So, what if I told you that you are made for this? You are made to learn and grow and do new things. Think about when you were a baby. You couldn't do a whole lot, right? You could eat. And then as you started learning new things, maybe you could crawl. And then you started, maybe talking and communicating with people in your environment. And now you're in school and you're learning new things all of the time. Well, that's because your brain is designed to learn new things. If you look at this cartoon over here of this brain, you can see all these different like wire connections and they're lighting up. And that's just an illustration of connections that are happening in our brain as we learn new things. So your brain's like a muscle and it really can learn and grow and change. So as you learn and grow, your brain is making new connections and it's able to adapt to the environment, even, as you're learning new things, maybe that might seem difficult, your brain is adapting and helping you through that situation. So we talked about the word yet when we talked about lesson vocabulary, and yet is really a powerful word. So it has a lot of strength and a lot of oomph behind it. So let's think about the word yet. And if we remember from lesson vocabulary, it means at this time. So when we put yet at the end of a sentence, it means we cannot do it at this time, but we could in the future. Okay, so that's really important to remember. So if we take these statements, I can't do this, this doesn't work, I don't know, it doesn't make sense, I don't get it, I'm not good at this. What if we took those sentences, those phrases, and we added the word yet at the end? So I can't do this yet. This doesn't work yet. I don't know yet. It doesn't make sense yet. I don't get it yet. I'm not good at it yet. It just means I can't do this yet or at this time. This doesn't work yet or at this time. I don't know yet or at this time. So it really changes the whole sentence. Instead of saying, I can't do this, done, it means I can't do this yet or at this time, but I could in the future. So adding the word yet really changes the statement and changes our beliefs about what we can accomplish, which is really exciting. So adding the word yet to common phrases helps us tell our brains that we can believe that we're capable of learning, and we may not have learned it yet. And to get there, though, it means that it might take perseverance. So when you're facing a challenge, you use your mind to overcome it. And perseverance means that you're able to wait and work through difficulties rather than give up in the face of a challenge. So think of running a race. The Olympic runners, they don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to be in the Olympics today. It takes training. They have to take it one step at a time. So maybe they started off when they were in elementary school and they raced their friends at recess or in PE class, and then they went to middle school and high school and college. Maybe they are on the track team. Maybe they got up in the mornings and they trained and they worked out and they got really strong so they could have really strong, fast muscles. So they definitely showed perseverance. It took time, and they had to say, I can't do this yet, but I could in the future. And then they someday end up at the Olympics. So whether we want to be in the Olympics or not, perseverance is for everybody. And we can apply this same idea to school. So we might learn new things in school that might seem hard at first, but with perseverance and practice, we start to be able to do things that might have seemed hard at first, right? So it's just like with maybe we learn a new math problem, or we have to write a paper or a paragraph or a sentence, and maybe for some of us, it seems hard at first, but if we learn tricks, we ask for help, there's different things that we can do, and we keep persevering and we keep at it, we can do hard things. So we can have a growth mindset and learn new things. And that's really exciting. So this is a video that talks about the power of yet, and I'm going to play it for you. But if you have any difficulty pulling it up, you can ask a trusted adult at home to help you find this video.
This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success. This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success. This is the power of it. You may not get the problem, don't spend hours in stress. No, it's all about the process. Steady make progress, remain optimistic. I don't get it, well, not yet. Life is a journey, not a destination. Every teacher, every leader needs this in education. Tempted to say, can't have the courage to add yet. A growth mindset, the staff of the classmate. You see, there's a difference between not knowing and not knowing yet. That three-letter word yet is very powerful if you think about it. I can't do this yet. Perseverance is paramount. This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success. This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success. I don't get it. I can't do this. It doesn't make sense. I'm starting to hate this. I believe in you, and you can make it. Just put the word yet at the end of your statement. Y-E-T. We can all shout. Using the word yet, we're removing all doubt. We see the problem as a challenge and not a crisis. We create a growth mindset. You gotta like this. You see, this idea of a growth mindset can also be called the power of yet. In other words, you are not there yet, but just trust me, you can definitely get there. Let's go. This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success. This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success. Let me encourage you, because I know you're great. A growth attitude we can cultivate. We can grow and thrive. yourself. We can grow and strive. The power of get ready, set, go and rise. This is perseverance, balancing the steps. A problem is nothing but a challenge you accept. The power of get is a song that I wrote for you. You can accomplish anything that you hope to do. Believe in yourself. Never say never. Practice makes perfect. Think about the positives and not the negatives. You can do great things and always remember there is power in yet. This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success. This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success. This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success. This is the power of it. Don't you settle for less. If you just give your best, then you will have success.
Okay, so who's going to be singing that song for the rest of the day? I know I might, and that's a nice, catchy song to help you kind of remember when maybe something's challenging that you kind of start singing that song, and it's a reminder that you can't do it yet, but you can in the future. So, some ways that you can help reach your goal and meet that I can't do it yet, but I can in the future idea is that you need to remember that your brain's like a muscle and you can certainly improve with effort. And there are supports available for you. So when you're trying to reach your goal, think about who can help you. Is it somebody in your family, a teacher, coach, your friends? You also want to be mindful and think about how you're feeling, what emotions come to your mind when you start thinking about doing something hard. Maybe we get frustrated or angry or sad or discouraged, and those emotions are pretty normal. But what we want to do when we feel those emotions is start regulating them and managing those emotions. So maybe we have some breathing, some deep breathing that we can do anywhere. So take about 10 deep breaths. And if you still feel upset, maybe it's 20 deep breaths. And that really helps calm your mind. Sometimes some schools are doing zones of regulation. And so maybe you want to think about how you can get to a green zone. Um, Movement is also another way. So if you're able to, maybe you can do squats or jumping jacks or kind of some arm pumps. If you're able to, if it's safe and your parents say it's okay, or your guardian says it's okay, or whoever's watching you, maybe you can go outside and just get some fresh air. Anything like that where you can kind of get some movement that really helps sometimes just calm us down, and then we can tackle it again when we feel a little bit better. We also want to talk about goal setting strategies. So remember, the Olympic runner doesn't just wake up and race in the Olympics. He or she had to break steps down into smaller steps. So they take one step at a time. So you want to make sure that you're celebrating small and big steps, because that just means you're getting closer and closer to your goal. And that's really exciting. So think of your goal or something hard that you want to do, and then say it out loud, and then add the word yet to the end of that sentence. So whatever that is for you, and it's different for all of us, and that's okay. Say, I can't whatever yet. And this means that you can't do it at this time. And then I want you to think about some ideas of things that you can do to help you reach your goal. So, what are those? Remember, it's who can help us? How can we manage our emotions? How can we break our big goal down into smaller goals and then celebrate each little step along the way? So, the checkout question for today is, what can you do to help you reach your goals or do hard things? And remember, this could be for the goal you set last week, or it could be for every day in school or every week in school as you're learning new things. So this is something that you will learn now, and then hopefully you can apply it throughout your whole life because remember, we're all lifelong learners and we're learning things all the time. And it's really exciting because our brain is growing from all the things that we're learning and able to do. And we just have to remember that power of yet as we get there. So I want to thank you for thinking about ways that you can reach your goal and having perseverance to do that, and keep it up. And you guys are all doing a great job. And thank you for taking the time to watch this SEL video today. I hope you have a wonderful day.